So in this video, we're going to learn about the exterior angle theorem, and then we're going to practice using the properties of exterior angle theorem and triangle sum theorem. All right, so the exterior angle theorem says that the exterior angle of a triangle is equal to the sum of the two opposite interior angles. Now, let's illustrate this by drawing a triangle, and you might want to do this on your paper. And I want you to extend the base so that you have an exterior angle. Let's label the interior angles A, B, and C and our exterior angle D. What this theorem says is that the measurement of D has to equal A plus B. So the two angles that don't touch D, they're opposite D. Okay, now that we know our triangle sum theorem and our exterior angle theorem, let's put this in practice. All right, I have a triangle here. I've got angles 10, 170 on the inside and 110 on the outside. The triangle sum theorem says that angle A plus which is 10, plus the angle B, which is 100, plus angle ACB, which is 70, has to equal 180. If I add those up, they do equal 180. The exterior angle theorem says on this same triangle that angle A, which is 10, plus angle B, which is 100, has to equal my exterior angle, which is angle BCD, which is 110. And indeed it does. Okay, so let's practice this. I've been given a triangle here. I have angle 1, and then I have two angles, 79 degrees and 41 degrees. I want you to find the angle 1 measurement. Okay, well, triangle sum theorem says that all of those angles together, the measure of 1, 79 degrees, and 41 degrees has to equal 180 degrees. So I'm just going to do the math, and I get that the measure of angle 1 is 60 degrees. Find the measure of the angle in the following triangle. Okay, well, the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to draw that triangle because I am very visual. It's going to help me out. So I'm going to label A and say it has x degrees. I'm going to label B and say it has 2x degrees. And I'm going to label C and say it has x plus 20. Now, my triangle doesn't have to look like anything other than a triangle. It's just a visual aid. Okay, well, I know the triangle sum theorem says that all of those angles together, A plus B plus C, has to equal 180. So x plus 2x plus x plus 20 has to equal 180. So I'm going to combine my like terms. I'm going to get 4x plus 20 equal 180, and then I'm going to solve that two-step equation and get that x equals 40. Now, since x equals 40, the measure of A is x, so it equals 40 degrees. Ooh, I should have put a degree symbol on there. And the measure of B, I'm going to put 40 in for x, so 2 times 40 is 80, so that's 80 degrees. And the measure of angle C is 40 plus 20, which is 60 degrees. Find the measures of the angle in the following triangle. Well, notice that I've extended one side of my triangle, so therefore I have an exterior angle. And I know by the exterior angle theorem that the 72 degrees, that exterior angle, has to equal the sum of the two opposite interior angles, and that would be angle S and angle A. Angle A is 30, so 72 has to equal the measure of angle S plus 30. And I'm just going to do the math and find that the measure of angle S is 42 degrees. Find the measures of the angles in the following triangle. Again, I've extended one side of my triangle, so I have an exterior angle. And by the exterior angle theorem, I know that angle 1 has to equal the sum of angles 2 and 3. So I am just going to put in their expressions for each angle. I'm going to say 5x plus 13 equals 4x plus 2 plus 2x minus 9. I'm going to combine like terms. And then notice that I have variables on both sides, and we know from algebra that we can't have that. So I am going to say, okay, sorry, I had to pause and answer the phone. I think we were saying that we can't have variables on both sides of an equation. So I'm going to subtract 5x from both sides of that equation, and I'm going to get 13 equals x minus 7. And then I'm going to solve, and I'm going to find that x equals 20. Now, to find the measure of angle 1, 2, and 3, I'm going to have to put that 20 back into the expression for each of those angles. So for the measure of angle 1, I had to put 20 back into 5x plus 13 where the x was. So 5 times 20 plus 13 is 113 degrees. When I put 20 in for x in the measure of angle 2, I get 82 degrees. And when I put 20 in for the expression for angle 3, I get 31 degrees. You're going to see something like that on your homework. Okay, so I think we have what we need to start your practice.